the guy Jesse Marsh and guys like Graham Potter at Brighton, they're holistic coaches. You know, whereas some coaches are just obsessed with. I was on a license CPD event where you continue your education, and Gary Caldwell had an interesting talk about that. He was basically saying, like, when he first got into coaching, it was all about the tactics, and then he's wanting to add more to his toolbox. He said that he was addicted to that drug of thinking that he could beat the opponent coach simply by tactics. And he didn't realize, like, he kind of realized as he went through, it's more about nowadays also player management.
Yeah.
Like that players, humans nowadays, we want to feel good like all the time now.
Yep.
You know, with social, like we see so many things on social media, we want to feel like we want to constantly need to feel amazing, or we're quicker to move jobs nowadays. We're quicker to get upset. We're quicker to be emotional than maybe like think about some of the tough players playing in Scotland in the 90s. Like they would just run through a wall for their coach.
Yeah.
Like Ferguson probably had a much easier time coaching in Scotland in terms of motivation. And then when Ferguson went to Man United, he always brought in new assistant coaches, right?
Yep.
So
fascinating. It's interesting you say that, because Henri was on Monday Night Football here with Calgary the other night, and they were asking him about his coaching, and he obviously was just at Montreal in Toronto, and he said that the biggest thing he has learned so far from coaching is that with the players you coach nowadays, they all grow up learning things on phones and iPads. So he's like, you have to be able to sit in a room one-on-one with them and go through videos for them to learn. He said, whereas to Calgary, it's like, with me and you could go out on the pitch and the coach would just kind of tell you what to do and you would just kind of do it. And he said they don't learn like that anymore. They need to be showing like a video. They need the one-on-one. And the most interesting thing Henri said about it was Wenger would just treat everyone the same. They all pretty much got treated the same in the dressing room. But he said you can't do that now. I have to treat every single person differently. And he said that was the biggest thing he's learned from being a coach, is the personal development side of things and how it's changed in the last 15 years. It's you're spot on with it. Yeah, you're spot on.
You need the current model is one curriculum for all.
Yeah.
You need a curriculum for each kid now.
Mm-hmm.
You need a curriculum for each kid, really, and that's going to be the future, you know.
Yeah.
I really want to. I'm excited to work with people who can create a club where you can get everything in house.
Right.
You can get team tactical training, small group training, and private lessons, all in one club.
Yeah.
And all connected, instead of like there being a disconnect, you know.
Yeah.
And I know some parents actually like that disconnect. They feel like they want a different opinion, and I think there's something to that as well, getting like an external opinion. But for me, the dream would be, imagine if you could get all like-minded people, experts in personal training, experts in small group training, experts in team tactical training, all working together to give each kid his own developmental path.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are his natural strengths. Like there's a situation just now where I ranked a player like top 3 in this team, and he's now gone to rank number 18 just in 12 months. Now, for me, you've got to look at why that is. Is it the pandemic? Is it emotions? Is it decision making? Because one of my passions was, and I think every youth academy should have this system where if a kid ranks like incredibly high at a young age, maybe like before puberty, you shouldn't give up on that kid. Like if a kid, let's say a kid at 12, U12, right? Ranks like you're saying, this is the best kid in the Bay Area.
Yep.
Best kid in London or wherever. And he suddenly becomes like lower level through puberty years. I think it's a huge mistake to give up on that kid.
Massively.
Huge mistake. And I think we need a system. But the problem is academy directors leave, general managers leave, what's it called? Directors of footballs leave. Director of football leaves, a new manager. So kids get lost in the mix. So you need a system where, like, if a player's identified as one of the best in his brain and his feet, his decisions, then you need to keep working with that kid.
Yeah.
Like, because at the other end, we're losing all the top players, so many top players, because they're too small or they don't have the parental support, you know. So